I'm Pat Shar. I have multiple sclerosis, easier to say MS. And in 2019, I had a stroke that left my speech difficulties. So I hope you can understand me.
I am Wayne Shar, and I am Pat's husband.
Hi, my name's Heidi, and Pat is my mom.
Multiple sclerosis is a disorder in which the body's immune system attacks the protective covering of the nerve cells in the brain, optic nerve, and spinal cord, called the myelin sheath. And this sheath is often compared to the insulation on an electrical wire. When that covering is damaged, it exposes the actual nerve fiber, which can slow or block the signals being transmitted within it. The nerve fibers themselves might also be damaged. The body can repair damage to the myelin sheath, but it's not perfect. The resulting damage leaves lesions or scars, and this is where the name comes from: multiple sclerosis, multiple scars.
Actually, when I got diagnosed was a blessing because I had lived a full life. My kids were grown. I got diagnosed at the age of 54. And normally, I think I got the kind of MS that only 10% of the people get. It's the kind that attacks my spine. Therefore, I can't walk. The other kind is the kind that attacks the brain. And I don't have that. And I got diagnosed at 54. And most diagnoses are from 20 to 40. It's very rare to get diagnosed in your 50s. So I guess I'm lucky. I don't have the bad kind of MS, and I got to live most of my life without it. You have to count your blessings where you can.
Well, it was a real slow process. So it was frustrating, but it just started out like as a tremor in her leg or something like that. So it wasn't like really debilitating right at first. So it wasn't a real big reaction.
My reaction when my mom got MS was in denial. I didn't think that could happen to my mom. But then watching her progress kind of hit home and made me realize that she had to get MS.
I don't think I had much of a reaction when I got MS. I didn't know anything about it, and I didn't know whether to be mad or scared. I think I was rather indifferent.
My life changed gradually with her getting MS. Her and I would go shopping and out to eat and, do all that stuff that moms and daughters do. And eventually she couldn't drive anymore. So I would drive, and then eventually she couldn't walk very good. So our shopping and our outings as mother and daughter came to an end, and it kind of hit hard and was very depressing to me and frustrating.
Everything. I had to change the way I walk, first with a cane and then with a rollator, and now I don't walk. I had to change the way I sleep. I sleep in a recliner in the living room. I had to change the way I go places. I don't go anywhere because I can't get into a car and don't have a wheelchair van. I think the biggest change is I don't go shopping with my daughter anymore. And because of the stroke, I can only give one-armed hugs to people that I love, and that really makes me sad. My daily life is different. People have to do everything for me. Well, mostly I think I deal with it positively. Whenever I got MS, I said, why me? And as soon as that jumped in my head, I thought, why not you? There's nothing special about you. At least it wasn't my husband, because I would lack the strength to take care of him. And at least it wasn't my kids or my grandchildren, because that would devastate me. So how I deal with it is pretty silly, I know, but I deal with it basically with thankfulness that it's me and none of my loved ones. But that isn't to say that it's all rosy. I have moments of sadness and self-pity and depression. To pass the time during the day from what I call my 12-hour chair, I do things that require sitting. I read, I like mysteries, I play games on the computer, well, a game. I surf the net. Mr. Google and I are friends. I make to-do lists for my husband, which he promptly ignores, and I take naps. And the other thing I do is I have a new hobby of painting. My cousin introduced me to it, and we do lessons on the computer. And basically, everybody thinks I'm a good painter, but I just follow the directions that the lady gives on YouTube. I did the paintings behind me, and I call them romantic traveler's paintings, and they are all places that I'd like to go, but I can't because I'm in a wheelchair. But in the paintings, I made them me in the wheelchair. So it's kind of fun to do those paintings. I have us walking on the beach. That's the first one I did, and it got me ready to do the other ones. On my bucket list for retirement was to go to Alaska and see the northern lights. And since that isn't going to happen, I painted it. That was my second one. I painted that we went to London. I don't know where else we went. Oh, we went to Switzerland skiing down the hill right under the Matterhorn. We went to Holland where there's windmills and lots of tulips. So we've really traveled all over the place. At least I had fun painting them.
Well, it was a gradual process. I mean, as she got more debilitated, we could do less and less. And when she was unable to get out of the car herself and drive, and it just limited what we could do and where we could go. And sometimes I get frustrated, but then I remember she can't do anything. So I'm just glad I can do it for her or help her. But yeah, again, it was a gradual process. She could do a lot of the stuff until she had the stroke. When she got the stroke and then lost the use of the left side of her body, her arms and her left arm and her left leg, then at that point I had to pretty much do everything for her. But up to that point she was able to do things for herself. But just gradually it was less and less.
I did at the beginning. I would cry a lot. I would have a lot of pain for her. But now I don't get so much frustration just because it's kind of a normal now. This is our new normal, and just kind of get used to it. But yes, I every so often still get frustrated.
How do I deal with it?
Yeah.
I don't. There's nothing you can do. I mean, you can't do anything for it. You just have to learn to live with it. And there's no cure for it. She has a rare type that never goes into remission. It's a real slow, progressive thing, but it never goes into remission. So you just have to, it's just life.
I think my mom deals with her MS very well. She's very upbeat, and she has taught our family how to deal with tragic incidences and issues and anything that life brings us. She has definitely taught me, at least, and I know the rest of us, just to always be upbeat, because there is good in everything that happens. And I, have seen her cry. We've cried together, but we've also laughed about certain things. She does joke a lot about things, and she has a sense of humor about it, so it helps with everything. How do I think my dad deals with MS? My dad's very happy-go-lucky type of guy, and always smiling, and just never has any emotion. So I think deep down, I'm sure he's sad for her because they can't travel, they can't go out and do things, they can't. But they have such a good relationship at home, and they, I think he deals with it well. If he doesn't show us, but I think all in all, I think he's okay with it. Like I said before, this is the new normal.